if you're seeing this, it is not by accident. I don't believe in accidents. I believe in divine timing more than anything. Being in the right place at the right time. Everything coming together as it's meant to. It's all in how everything lines up. So the message that I received for this collective today is there's a lot of bullshit that you're tired of. 101, as I said that. Polite society runs off of a lot of bullshit. And you're saying no to it. You're saying no to a lot of this bullshit. This is a collective that is really examined everything. And you're saying no to opportunities that you once would have said yes to because there's better things out there. And you've really detached yourself from a lot of your decision making. You've detached yourself in a way that allows you to look at things logically, and you're not scared of coming off as a bit of a bitch when you give your verdict. You have a lot of passions in place. You have a lot of things worth pursuing, and it's about time that you stop that planning phase and you start the execution. And this is really difficult for people who are creative. Excuse me as I adjust my microphone. This is a difficult thing for people who are creative because the implementation of the plan is more difficult than coming up with everything to begin with. It takes a leap of faith. It takes a leap of faith, but more than that, it requires walking away from a lot of things. We started this off with 4 of Cups, saying no to things you once would have said yes to. And now, you're walking away from a whole lot of cups. A whole lot of things that, by definition, you once wanted. You once wanted all of these things for various reasons, or you wanted these people. I'm also getting people from this. You're now walking away from things because you see a new start. You see something has begun, and it's not a promise. The fear of the start is what's really holding you back right now. 8 of Cups, you've walked away from so much. But Ace of Pentacles reversed. You're really resisting this start. You're already putting your all into it. You're scared that it's a bad investment, but it's only a bad investment because you won't commit. This is a collective of really inventive people. Inventive, innovative. You are full of ideas and concepts and work that are not typical. They're not seen every day, and they're not seen every day for a reason, because a lot of people try to stifle this. You don't have the fear that a lot of people do. And look at that, Knight of Wands upright. You push through. You push through with unconventional methods. You push through with things that require a lot of creativity, a lot of thinking outside of the box. You're pushing through with that energy because you believe in it. This is a fearless collective. This is a really fearless collective, and you're really championing, that took a second to get out. Ooh, you're really championing. You see how hard that was for me to say that? Because it takes work. It takes so much work to champion this energy, but you're doing it. You're doing it with your voice shaking. You're doing it with your insecurities, your fear. You're still doing it anyways. Wow, these cards are just flying it out. And we get Page of Wands right off the bat. Right off the bat, we're getting Page of Wands upright. This learning phase. It's right after Knight of Wands too. This clearly is the energy that you're leaning into. You're learning how to follow your passions. You're learning how to put logic aside in a lot of ways, which is really interesting because we got Queen of Wands upright earlier. 707 as I said that. So how is it that you're both learning to master that detachment that gets you to look at things logically from a place where you're not scared of seeming mean or cold in your decision making, and yet at the same time you're learning and figuring out how to champion your creative energy, your passionate energy, the unconventional wisdom that a lot of people don't want to hear. Nine of Cups on its side, because you see how a lot of this is bullshit. You see how a lot of this is bullshit. We started off, this message for the collective was polite society is built off of a base of bullshit. And you see that because you've accomplished quite a bit of bullshit. You know, you've done your work. You've done a lot of what society expected you to do, what people wanted from you instead of what you wanted to do. You are the determining factor at the end of the day. And Ten of Cups reversed right after Nine of Cups. So this facade is falling away. All of the things that you have identified as unfulfilling are going away. You're releasing them. We got Eight of Cups earlier too. You're walking away. You're releasing so much of this bullshit. I don't know what else to call it. Insincerity, not genuine, fake facade. I'm getting all that from this. And you're choosing to leave it behind. So many cups. Wow. Seven of Cups on its side. This is a collective that has learned through trial and error how to discern what is fake, what is not meant for you. You've learned through trial and error that discernment is key, and you're making progress, but you're also just really exhausted with how many times are you gonna have to spend all this energy trying to clock it, you know? You're so tired of having all these options spread out in front of you, you know, people to work with, people to be friends with, ways to approach things. All of these options, you're so tired of having to sort through all of them. You're like, why can't I just find some genuineness around here? Why can't I find some real people, some real interactions? 11:11 as I said that. Why can't I just save all this time and get to the heart of things? Get to the real shit. Not all the smoke and mirrors. Enough with these smoke and mirrors. It is exhausting, and you're tired of it. You're tired of that energy. You're tired of how exhausting it is for you to deal with it. You're tired of a lot of different things. 8 of Swords, upright. It's time to take off the blindfold. It's time to take off the blindfold and realize what is truly keeping you back. What's keeping you from genuine situations, genuine people? What's keeping you from following that unconventional, creative energy that you're full of? What's keeping you in a bad mental state? What's making you feel trapped? Once you figure that out, you can do something about it. This is a lot of internal reflection, but it's also a lot of it's calling for some internal action. It's calling for some internal action that you haven't been able to do before, up until this point. But you've mastered discernment to a level that you can now direct that discernment internally. And we've got Page of Pentacles reversed right here. So the way that you have learned to interrogate the information around you, the information external to you, in work, in your social life, in navigating the day-to-day. You know, I'm getting like questioning advertisements. You're like, what does this product do? What does it do what I need it to do? Yeah, it's a flashy advertisement, but like, is this going to clean my home properly? Is this going to, work to moisturize my skin? Like, all of these things that you question externally, you now need to apply internally. I've gotten 2 pages here, Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles. This learning phase, this learning area is something that is you're really embracing right now. You're like, let me learn. Let me grow. But 2 of Wands reversed, you've got to plan bigger. So you're examining your life, the world around you, but you're not thinking big enough. You're not planning your dream life. You need to plan your dream life. Don't hold back. Don't settle. Don't be like, well, I don't think I can do that. Are you not the master of discernment, the master of innovation and creativity that we just talked about? Are you not a master of all of those things? Because right here we have the Emperor upright. This is your time to shine. Because what you do moving forward will set the example for everyone else around you. You will be the standard. And when the standard is excellence, people are going to have to start holding themselves to a higher standard. They're going to have to start holding their lives to a higher standard. They're like, oh, you don't keep bad friends in your life because you don't want to deal with that? I didn't know that was an option. And you're like, yeah, actually, you don't have to hang out with people who don't like you. People are like, you mean you don't have to work yourself to the bone to get by? But that's what I thought. That's what I've been doing for years. Confirmation horn right there. And you're like, no, actually, you don't. Because you figured it out. Because you mastered everything, and it was hard. It was hard. It is a very difficult process. No, you know it's not easy. You're very well aware that it's not easy. But when you set the example that it's possible, other people are going to follow you. Other people are going to realize that they can do it too. Other people have you as a guidance. That last message, that channel that I recorded yesterday, it was watch and learn. People need to watch and learn, because look at that Queen of Pentacles. You are mastering the boundaries of work and personal life. You're mastering the fact that you don't have to live every waking second of your life working. You're realizing that your personal life is just as fulfilling as making the money to pay the bills. Sometimes that extra money, that extra couple of hours are not worth it. And you're like, oh, I didn't prioritize the money in that situation and I came out better for it. I didn't go the extra mile for that thing that I really didn't need to. And I got so much energy from it. From just taking care of myself. From saying no. That's what we started this message with. You're saying no to things that you never said no to before. And Five of Pentacles upright. You're asking for help in ways that you have never asked for before. The help is coming too. You never have asked for help like you are in this stage of your life. The crazy part is you're getting not just the help you need, but the help you deserve. And right after Five of Pentacles being Five of Cups, both reversed, this is wild. This is wild. This is why I read tarot. This is a collective that is releasing a lot of that BS that we've been talking about this whole message, this whole reading. We have been talking about leaving the bullshit behind. And that release is so releasing. You feel the weight off of your shoulders. But you still don't, stuff feels scrambled still. And it's because all of the things that you're releasing, they're taking your focus. And you need to still be recognizing the things that you have, the things that you've got going for yourself. You still need to focus that energy on the positive. Releasing the negative, as much as it's a release, still is focusing all of your energy on that process, on the bad, you know. And right after the Two of Pentacles showing up, Two of Pentacles reverse, like, that's what I'm saying about this is the hard part. This is the hard process. Things are scrambled. You've got to figure out how you're going to do this. When I say that this is a collective that is following your passions, that is prioritizing yourself in a new way, I'm saying that with all of the love of my heart and all of the encouragement that I can give you, but I am also being very realistic in that you need to get your shit together in order to do it. There is a material cost of not having the tolerance and patience for the bullshit in the world. There is a material cost, and it's gonna involve some scrambling. It's gonna involve some really difficult prioritization decisions. You're gonna be juggling a lot, and it's up to you to figure out what works. No one else can tell you what that is. No one else can tell you how you should do things, because remember, you are leading by example. You figure out your method so everyone else can figure out theirs. And High Priestess upright, this is a collective of people who are so spiritually intuitive. And now is the time to tap into that intuition. Well, we got Five of Pentacles earlier. That help that you're seeking, that you're getting, a lot of that help is spiritual. A lot of that help is your intuition that is guiding you in a way that you've never trusted it before. But you're leaning into it. 23, as I said that. You're leaning into it in a new way. You're trusting these things that people would call you crazy for. And the Empress popped up. The Empress popped up, as I said that, reversed. You've got to nurture that. We've gotten the High Priestess, the Emperor, and the Empress in this reading. All of those signify you are on the cusp of power. Oh my God. Something came into my throat as I said that. I gotta clear that throat chakra. My voice went down an octave. Something was trying to keep me from saying that you are on the cusp of power. And what that is gonna require, not even the cusp of power, you're on the cusp of revolution. You are about to revolutionize your life in an incredibly powerful way, an incredibly influential way. You've got to nurture that. Nurture your alternative methods. Nurture what you're doing differently. Nurture that creative energy that people have always tried to snuff out. People have tried to silence your energy, your connection with nature, your connection with spirituality. People have called you crazy. And ultimately, you're not. You're not. 25-25, as I said that. You're not. You're only in need of tapping into that more. So you're at a crossroads. This is a collective that is at a crossroads. I did a whole bunch of readings today, and every single person was at a crossroads. So the spiritual people, the quote unquote chosen ones. Now I use that term lightly. I use that term in a, I would say, non-serious manner, because the entire concept of being a quote-unquote chosen one is you're choosing yourself. You're making difficult choices that the world at large does not want to choose. You choose the difficult path. You choose the harder route. And every time you choose the easy path, you pay for it. You regret it. So the key there is choice. You are at a crossroads. You need to make your decision. There is no such thing as the quote-unquote wrong decision. You act how you want to act. You've examined all of the options. We started this reading off talking about all of the options that you've looked at, all of the options that you've examined. And you are a master of discernment at this point. Like, this is a collective that has seen it all. That's why you're sick of the bullshit. So, you have all the information you need to make your choices now. You have all the information and life experience that you need to make such an important, powerful decision at this crossroads. You can and will determine the rest of your life with these choices. And this is... I know that sounds like a lot of pressure. I know that sounds like a lot of pressure, but look at that. You're the star. You're the star. Do not forget that. The moment you forget that, the moment you disrupt your path, you disrupt the path that you can always get back on. That's why I'm saying there are no quote-unquote wrong decisions, just decisions that might delay stuff, decisions that involve very difficult lessons. And if you learn those lessons, then it can inform the decisions you make moving forward. But this is a collective where your biggest fault was not believing in yourself. Historically, your biggest fault was not believing in yourself and playing follow the leader when you are the star of the show. So it's time to start acting on it. It's time to bring that main character energy to your life, because you are the main character of your life. Bask in it, baby. Bask in it. Because you're sick of the BS. You're sick of all of this fakeness. You've seen it all. You're ready for this revolution. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.